Well, got her cleaned up once again here, courtesy of my dad and his friends. And just goes to show you now, I did this back in April. Okay. I went around here with a fucking saw. Did this shit in April. These trees were 5 feet tall in here within a couple of months. Okay. As you can see, they started growing again out of that stump. They were growing over here. They were growing right there. So it's like, what do you do? I heard that if you drill a hole down in the stumps, pour them full of Epsom salt, that they will stop growing. So I guess that's what we're going to have to do. This tree took me a good while to cut it with a fucking chainsaw. It was pretty thick, and the way I was cutting and stuff, well, I started chopping on it with an axe first, and then I finished it up with a fucking sawzall. But yeah, but you can see the little, kind of awkward to walk in here, little saplings have started. Look how big them motherfuckers was already. Oh, but hey, wait a minute. The planet's dying, isn't it? Isn't the planet dying? Global warming? Oh, my God. Climate change? Huh. Okay, assholes. Whatever you motherfuckers say. That's just proof right there that global warming and climate change is a farce. It's fucking fake bullshit. Okay? And, there's no updates on my truck here. It still doesn't have any brakes. I still never got a master cylinder yet. I sure would like to get one. I have parts for sale. Nobody's biting. I have wheels for sale. Nobody's biting. No messages. Nobody wants this shit for some reason. But, yeah, I mean, I'm asking reasonable prices for the stuff, too. It's all reasonable. A lot cheaper than what you go out and buy new for. A hell of a lot cheaper. So it's like, why don't you want it? You either don't have the vehicle that it fits, or you're really a fucking tight ass motherfucker. So, and I went ahead and got rid of some comments on the 66 Chevelle video, the one where they take it out for the test drive. I didn't get to go on this test drive because I can't fit in the back seat of the motherfucker. I'm a big son of a bitch. So, my days of sitting in a back seat of a car like that are over. I can't sit in the back seat of my Chevelle or the 66. I cannot fit in the back of it. So, anyway, they're all hollering, "Hey, Grandpa, I see grass growing under you. Why don't you get on it? What's wrong with this guy? He's such an old asshole. Well, fuck. You know what? It's his fucking car. If he wants to get on it, he will. If not, he won't. Don't know what to tell you all about that. He does not want to rip his fucking car. Although, he says, I talked to him earlier, he says he is motivated now. He's going to start buying a couple more things for it and putting them on it, and he would like to get it out and run it whenever he feels like it. And I said, well, that's great. So I'm glad we could all help you get motivated. So, well, there they go again. They just came back in the truck. Now they're getting the GTO and leaving. Oh, well, anyway. So, anywho. Oh, shit. So, I didn't realize how much garbage I'd thrown around the garage here again. I had like a truckload of trash I had to take up today from here. And there's some tires there that I need to get rid of, a few. Not my slicks. I gotta keep my slicks here. I gotta clean up these wheels. They're kind of dry rotted, aren't they? Yes, they are. They're dry rotted. But, they have tubes. This one still has a little bit of material on it left. You know, I'm gonna clean these up and paint them. And they're M&H Drag Masters. We're gonna fuck with those and probably store them somewhere so they don't get any worse than what they are. And I got my tips on the cop car last weekend. It is a little bit louder, but not a lot, because it's got 2-inch pipe. These tips end in 3-inch, and I'm also going to add some headlight guards to the push bar. I cut them off an old push bar I had out here. It was laying along the garage in the junk. It was off a Dodge Dakota. So we're going to put them on when I get time. Or, well, when we get some gas for the welder, because it doesn't have any right now. My tire's going flat. The truck's sitting in here. It's sat in here's fucking long waiting on a wheel cylinder or a master cylinder. So, anyway, here's the wheels I got for sale. They fit 6-lug Chevrolet. They are for sale. And I got aluminum slots. I'm going to polish them up and put them on there. I don't know if it'll be worth my fucking time or not. But anyway, they're on there for $200 on Marketplace. So, you know, now it's time of the year. We're starting to get chilly in the evening. And that sucks shit. So, of course, you know, I knew that was coming. Also got tar for my roof. I got to trick somebody into putting that on for me because I'm afraid of heights, number one. And number two, I weigh too much for that fucking roof over there. I'll probably fall through the bastard. I coax somebody to put that coating on there for me for the snow flies. I need a piece of flashing put in between the porch roof and the roof of the trailer, and all that are great stuff. And yeah, but the car show season is not quite over yet. There's a few more that we can hit before the snow flies. And I gotta clean this fucking place up. It's a fucking mess. But the main priority here right now is to get the roof coated over there. Get a master cylinder on this. I need to buy a pair of shoes for my feet, because I've wore the same shoes for the past, 4 years. And they're looking pretty rough. And they feel pretty bad. So, we're going to try and get that done. The Mercury needs a battery. That's another thing I need to get going. Trying to think of what else I got to do. The cop car needs some tires put on it. That's coming up here. Plus, I need to get stuff to get the Mercury through inspection. I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple of things I think it needs. And I have 2 holes in the wheel wells in the back that need fixed. I'm going to fix those. As far as like mechanical goes, it's good. I need to fix the emergency brakes on the back. Of course, that's the only place they are. I need to put emergency brake shoes on it. It needs a set of speed sensors put on it, because my ABS is not working. Traction control isn't working, because the brake shoes for the emergency brake and the driver's side rear destroyed themselves and took out the speed sensor, which is linked with the ABS and the traction control. It helps all this stuff function. Now I have lights on in the dash for this stuff. That needs fixed. It needs rotors and pads on the back, because they're out of spec. The tires are good on that car. They all look real good. Of course, I got a set of winter tread on the back of it still from winter time. And it's got brand new tires on the front. The headlights need buffed out again. They're kind of yellow looking. It'll fail for that shit if you don't. It don't have no exhaust leaks. It's so fucking quiet you can hardly hear it. So that's all good. I think that's about it for that car. Just that little bit of stuff, and I'm pretty sure it'll pass. Pretty sure it'll pass. And the air conditioning isn't working, but the heater and stuff is excellent in it. It could use an oil change, transmission fluid change. That's all coming up. I got to focus on winterizing some things around here. It's last minute shit, but I wasn't working, so I didn't have the money for it. Now it's just, I'm making money, and it's just taking a while to pay for everything. So, the PA unemployment thing, I think that's blown over. They were going to try and come after me for fraud on that because I made a mistake. I forgot to report earnings because I'd worked for a coal company that was Myersdale based for like 14 hours and I forgot to report it. So they were going to come after me for $300. And it's like, I made a mistake, sorry. Won't happen again because I'm not going to worry about reopening my claim or anything like that. You can have the rest. You can fucking have the rest. So eat me, you fucking tight, cheap-ass motherfucking bastards from Pennsylvania. Go eat a fucking dick. You can all choke on that. Just choke on that fucking money, please. Do me a favor. and fuck yourself. They're almost as bad as this fucking state. So anyway, another thing I would like to talk about. This gets me every time. Every time I get on the interstate around here. I don't know if it's the same where anybody else is, if they're out of the state, or from a different state and you're watching this shit. It's when people are getting on the interstate. They go like 20 or 30 miles an hour. The whole length of that acceleration lane, which is the on-ramp to the interstate, okay? Whether there's any cars there or not, you should get up to speed. When you go to get on the interstate, the whole time you should be getting up to speed and looking over your shoulder. Look over your shoulder. How easy that is? It's easy. You can look over your shoulder. I mean, cars have blind spot detectors on them now. And you can use those tools to make sure you're not going to cut anybody off. Some parts of the interstate have the acceleration lane, and it just runs straight out, and you don't have to worry about changing lanes until that lane ends later on. But these assholes I get behind every time I turn around. And yes, a lot of them do have PA tags because we live so close to Pennsylvania. If they need to come into Maryland, they get on the interstate, they'll go 6 fucking miles an hour. Real fucking slow. And then they'll come out to the end where they need to get into traffic, and they'll actually hit the brakes and stop and sit there and wait for the traffic to go by. I'm like, you don't fucking do that. Who does this? People, motherfuckers around here do this shit. So I'm like, why don't you accelerate? You get in this lane, you mash this motherfucker open until you hit 70 miles an hour. Then you merge. You put your turn signal on. God forbid you'd use a fucking turn signal. You put that motherfucker on and you merge into traffic. That's what that lane is for. Newsflash. That's what that motherfucker's for. It's to get up to speed so you can get into traffic and go with the flow of traffic. Then if you want to slow down, get in the middle lane or the slow lane and slow the fuck down if you want to. That way, motherfuckers have 2 other fucking lanes here to pass your ass. It's like, is it this hard? Is it really this hard? But then, they were giving immigrants CDL licenses as they crawled over the border down here while Biden was in office. These people were like killing other people with, 80,000-pound death machines rolling them down the road, running over people because they're stupid. And, it's like, I can believe it when they say, we're not teaching this stuff in drivers. Oh, what's driver's ed? What's driver's education? Well, just don't do it no more. You just get down there, you take the test, they just give you your fucking license. But if you're a citizen, like myself, and you want a commercial driver's license, you can't just get down there and demonstrate no more. You got to go through a class. You got to pay money to the Garrett College or Allegheny College down here. And you got to take a fucking class. You got to learn how to shift the gears. You got to learn how to drive this great big fucking truck. They take you out on the road with it. You got to take a drug test. You got to take an alcohol screening. You got to take all these tests. Plus, then you got to go, you got to take a general knowledge test with air brakes endorsement to put on your license. You have to get a learner's, like you used to with driver's ed with regular cars. You have to get a learner's permit. You have to have the general knowledge on there with the air brakes endorsement. Then they teach you how to drive the truck. You take tests, you answer questions, you figure out how to drive it. Or if you only learn on an automatic, you take your test with an automatic, then you have a restriction and you're not allowed to drive the straight stick on your license. If you're caught driving the straight stick, say you learn, you got to go down and demonstrate that part of the fucking test again. If you learn with the straight stick, the standard, then you don't have to go back. You can just drive whatever the fuck you want. Especially with Class A, you can drive whatever you want, depending on what endorsements you have, because you have double and triple trailers, you got tanker, you got hazmat, you have passenger, all this stuff. Passenger endorsements for like school bus and transit bus. But the thing is, if you were an illegal asshole crawling across the southern border, here's your fucking license, asshole. See you later. Enjoy your death machine. Make sure you kill a bunch of citizens. It's crazy. Now this is all coming to a head and it's ending. West Virginia's gone way over the fucking regulations, and they're now making everybody that has a CDL in West Virginia to retake and demonstrate on their test, because they want to make sure that you speak English and you can drive and do the maneuvers. That's crazy. I mean, if you're from a different country, if they find out that you're from a different fucking country and you came here to live, then they should pull you in, question you, and then, make sure that you know what you're doing. If you can read the language of English and you can speak it enough that you can be understood, and they have a record of you taking the tests, then you shouldn't have to retake it. It should be, whoever down here that isn't a citizen and is illegal and stuff, they should just be fucking apprehended and taken away anyhow. Making the citizens retake their test is fucking crazy bullshit. That's just dumb. But that's a way for the state to make money and run one up your ass at the same time. Now, I've been hanging on to my CDL license because I don't know what the future holds. You never know. What I'm doing right now could fall through tomorrow. And then if I absolutely fucking have to, what I don't want to do is climb behind the wheel of a fucking triaxle dump truck and drive that for a living again. Don't want to do that. It's not a good way to spend your time. But what I'm doing right now, I like working on a coal mine. I like operating equipment. That part's all right. But they had me down there running the coal accelerator, which, I turn it on. I turn all the power, the belts on and stuff, and I turn the feeder speed up to accommodate what they're running, to compensate for what they're running. And that's a good job. That's a great job. I paid, money to sit on your ass all day and watch the fucking coal fall off the belt is not bad. And plus, I would get to go out, start up the dump truck that collects the reject coal. When it gets full, stop the whole works, get in that truck, go up over the hill, dump those rejects off, bring the truck back down, and fire it up again and start over again. I like that job. It's a good job. And plus, I get some exercise. I get to move around. I get to stand up. I get to stretch out my legs. Plus, I get to walk down to the truck. Plus, you do a belt change. There's a switch down there. I got to physically go out on the catwalk to the switch, move it, maybe remove some build-up coal that's in the chute, which is fine. I can do that. That's not a problem. It gives you a little workout, gets the blood pumping, gets your blood flowing back and forth down to your feet and back, which I need desperately. I need to do stuff like this. Right now, I'm on the mine running an articulator, if you watch any of my fucking bullshit videos, you'll see that. Which is fine. I don't mind working them, but we're in real close quarters right there right now because we're just breaking ground. We're looking for a coal seam. We're digging right now to find the next seam, and whatever we find, we'll uncover, we'll load it out, we'll haul it down to the washer, we'll wash the coal, it'll be separated, it'll be cleaned, and they can deal with it from there. Then it'll be, go up and get another load, you haul back down. That's okay. I don't mind doing that. That's fine. And I don't mind getting rid of the reject coal that is garbage. Haul it up on the mine, dump it wherever they tell me to dump it, and you just keep going. That's not bad. I don't mind doing that. It's not a bad way to spend your time. There's safety regulations you have to have training for, and that's fine. I can do that. There's a refresher course we have to take. That's coming up, and we'll do that. We'll have it. You got to get task trained and safety trained for different equipment that you're supposed to run, which that is more or less a paper you have to sign. They know you can do it. You sign off on it. They sign off on it. There we go. You're in the equipment running it. It's not bad. I would like to learn how to run some other things other than just the rock trucks. I don't mind the big 777-100-ton trucks. Those are fine. But I have issues getting up in those trucks because the one we have down there are old. They're refurbished, which they look fucking excellent. I mean, they look like they're brand new. They're, they're D models. They're D model Caterpillar 777, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, these trucks are up to par. They've all been gone through and serviced. Things rebuilt on them. The interiors have been completely gutted and redone on these trucks. And the articulator I'm driving right now, it is like brand new. It is so nice. Air conditioner works. The heat works. It's very roomy. It's comfortable inside. The seat is comfortable. You don't, get sores on your fucking ass all day from bouncing around in there, and you're not fatigued from holding yourself up on a busted seat. The seats are all new. Everything's new in this stuff, which is a plus when you're operating equipment, because you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be, you don't want to feel like shit all day long and then have to deal with that shit and then having your feet and your hips and your fucking back hurting every day. That sucks. That really sucks. And I have drove and operated some real fucking trash over the years for other people. But right now, everything is perfect right where I'm at. Everything is good. The only thing I'm going to despise is the terrible weather that's going to be coming up. That's going to put a damper on things. We're going to have freezing, thawing, mud. We're going to have all that shit. That's aggravating. And you're going to have to get out and fuel your truck. We got to do that ourselves for now. I don't know if he's going to add more shit to this job, and that may change. I don't know. This mine is in its infancy right now. So I'm not sure how many seams he's going to get or what he's thinking about going for. I never asked any of that. Of course, I really usually don't ask that because I don't give a shit. It's as long as the work is there. I mean, if you're digging dirt, that's job security right there. As long as you're digging dirt, you're digging rock, you're moving coal, that's all good. So, anyway, I touched on a couple of things here. The weekend is fucking over already, unfortunately. I'll show you the flyer that I got for the next car show I'll be going to. There may be one or two in between. There might be one next weekend. I'll have to see. So. Okay. Here's the next one. Up here so you can see it. It is Mount Savage Motorhead Muscle 3rd Annual Car Show, Saturday, September 27th, 2025 at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Food on site by Terry Lynn of the Iron Rail Diner. There's a bunch of train tracks and shit down in there, old ones. Historic railroad runs up through Mount Savage. So anyway, it is at the Community Ball Field Park. We're going to have DJ music, be a trophy presentation, 50-50 drawing. Bring your own beer to the event if you want to. And visitors, participant and visitors voting to determine trophy winners. Categories to be determined. Sign up upon arrival. There you go. So it is on the 27th of September at 10 a.m. It's on a Saturday. So that's what we're going to be striving for next time here. It's a good show. I've been to it the last 2 years. It's a very good show. A lot of the same cars will be there, yes. And there will be some different ones too. It usually brings a lot of locals out of the woodwork, and they'll bring their cars. So hopefully with any luck, we can get old man Lavin down there, get his car out, and we're gonna see if we can get old man Arnold down there with his fucking car this time. I'm gonna have to get down there to his house and pester him for a little bit. See if we can get the infamous 55 Chevy out down to this show. He'll probably win something, I would say. It's I hear it's a nice car. I haven't seen it, so I would like to look at it sometime. Anyhow, everybody, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to subscribe, fine. If not, it's your fucking loss. It ain't mine. Whatever. I don't care. So that's all I got. Okay. I'm watching comedians over here. So, all right, everybody. See you on the next one.